Hello, folks, and welcome to episode 13 of The Andrew Walker Show. Of course, I'm your host, Andrew Walker, and today I have three guests with me. Unfortunately, we don't have any musical guests, but we have three individuals. Our first guest, he was on the show before about a year and a half ago, Mr. Emperor Palpatine. How are you, sir?
Mr. Walker, it is good to see you. I am delighted to be here today.
What's happened in the last year and a half since I saw you?
Well, that is a long story.
Last time I heard your base got blown up. And you were looking for the dude who did it. I think his name is Skywalker.
You know, we found him. We thought we had him. Some bozo with a red pointy stick I sent. Vader.
Yeah.
He went in. He was like, "Oh, I'm your father." Blah, blah, blah. And then Skywalker got away.
At Cloud City.
Yes, so we're looking for him again. But I do have very good news, which I'm very excited to share later in your show.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. Our second guest, Mr. Johnny Awesome. How are you, sir?
Ooh, hello, I'm doing good. I'm doing well.
What's with the saxophone?
Well, I figured, what charity is this for again?
This is a charity. We're raising money for a charity that trains people how to be racist. No, I'm sorry. I flipped that around. It trains people how to race trains.
Okay.
2 tracks side by side.
Yeah.
And then racing trains.
Yeah. Hey, we're all about that. So
Right.
I'm excited to be here on the train racing thing. I brought you. I thought I always like to brighten the room with some music. So maybe later on I can play a little bit of the saxophone.
Yeah.
Excited to do that.
Cool. And our third guest, Mr. Tom Picklefeather. How are you, sir?
How y'all doing? It's great to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so I put out an ad for people to be on the show, and you answered it, and you mentioned how you like to, I think you put it, you like to write kids' reviews of what you like to call spicy movies. Can you explain to our audience what that is?
I was very sheltered growing up.
Okay.
My parents didn't let me watch a lot of the spicier movie, the R-rated.
Yeah.
So, a friend of mine, my friend Ted, he tricked me into watching a spicy movie, and I was like, oh my goodness. I love the story, but I'm like, well, this isn't appropriate for kids, and I work in children's television, so I thought, you know what? Kids should be able to enjoy this, but I'm going to take out the content that might be a little too much for them, so
Okay.
I try and repackage it in a way.
So your kids show, is it like in a public access studio like this, or?
It is on YouTube at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on my friend's channel, The Premise Land. So
Ted.
Yes.
Ted.
My
Okay.
friend Ted. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I first met him briefly at this thing called a film mixer in Royal Oak.
Oh yeah.
Like March of last year. Met a couple cool people there. Do you remember Josh Tawby? Or
Yeah.
I should say, do you think Ted knows Josh Tawby?
Oh yeah, we both know Josh Childs very well. He hosts the Comedy Roll.
Yeah.
Very fun event.
That was I was at that at Mark Ridley's. I think it was back in February.
Yeah, they did a stand-up event too.
Yeah.
So, it was very funny. From what I heard, I didn't go because there was a lot of spicy jokes and
There was.
Yeah.
And I had a couple friends of this show, were doing stand-up. Skippy Rose, her boyfriend Floyd, they've been on the show. And Brad, I forgot his last name, but he was there. He had the KFC shirt on.
Oh yeah. No, they were very funny people from what I hear.
That was a fun show. So Emperor Palpatine.
Thank you.
Let's get back to you. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. I want to know specifically what has happened in the last year and a half, because I think you got quite a story to tell there.
Yes, Mr. Walker, I truly do. Well, you see, after the destruction of our first Death Star, as the rebel scum like to call it.
What do you like to call it?
I like to call it a spherical home of operations. The the S-H-O-E. The E is silent.
The shoe?
The shoe.
The show?
I like to call it the shoe.
Okay.
It really lightens the mood around the place after, it being called the Death Star.
Sure, sure.
We will be suing.
Understand that.
Now, did you try to get Luke Skywalker on terrorism charges? Because he killed like literally 1 million people,
Yes,
and
dear.
they weren't all combatants. So
we did, and they did go through, except he did not show up to intergalactic court.
did you try him in absentia? Isn't that what it's called when you try to try somebody but they're not physically in the court?
And yes,
I don't know if you have Latin in.
Well,
Intergalactical in essentia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
well, you see, it did work, but then he just kept blowing things up. So it really feels no matter what legal matters we tried to take to resolve the Skywalker situation.
He blew up one of your Walker things on Hoth, AT-AT.
He did, yes, that was...
How much do those cost? Like
Andrew, you use, what currency is on here on Earth?
the U.S. dollar, baby.
The U.S. dollar.
The world's reserve currency.
And approximately, what would you say $1 US is worth in your Earth?
So like, you can get 2 of these artichokes for $1 US.
Okay, well, I would
Quite a
say
deal.
Yeah.
one Death Star costs about 1.6 trillion US dollars.
Oh,
It's a very expensive. We didn't just lose people that day. We lost a fortune.
Yeah, and it's an investment.
And we've made another investment, which I am very happy to share and announce on your show today. May I, Mr. Walker?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I believe you can actually see it behind us, Mr. Walker.
Yeah, yeah.
I did choose to take it here to Earth
my
instead of my shuttle.
So that's what that is.
That-
I was wondering what that is.
That is the spherical home of Operations 2.
Oh.
Or
Okay.
as the rebels like to call it, the Death Star 2, second Death Star, if you will.
I thought you just brought a beach ball. We were going to play on the beach. or
Oh,
something.
you know,
Pretty
that,
big
that
ball.
was a concept thought. And
Oh.
this weird artichoke thing, this was the first concept design for I'll just call it the Death Star so the people at home know what we're talking about. This was the first concept of the shape and design for the Death Star. It was, well, not favored and voted for in our communal Imperial newsletter. The people really voted for the ball, as you can see. But
Yeah.
that was in the running as a contender for the shape. And I'm very happy to announce that we are nearing completion. It should take only one more year, but you'll notice something is different this time.
It's bigger, and I think I would imagine you fixed that design flaw where he shot the proton torpedo down the shaft.
Both excellent qualities you've noticed there, Mr. Walker. However, I'm looking at something different. Our defense mechanisms have been first priority. During the first Death Star, you saw they were unfinished, but our second one, it is the first thing we've built, and we've built the shell around our planet-destroying laser.
Oh, okay.
We've made sure we can defend ourselves before we finish the thing, and I'm very, very excited about that.
And it has bigger closets now, right?
Absolutely. I have
Great
a
selling
giant
point.
Walk-in
Yeah,
closet.
yeah.
Better windows, too. Better windows.
Thank you. So Johnny, you and I had an improv, an advanced improv class. That was probably 2017.
It was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
Everybody judges things by pre-COVID nowadays. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh, that's definitely pre-COVID.
It was pre-COVID.
That was 3 years BC.
Oh,
I like it. Yeah.
What is that BBY?
Battle before Yavin,
Yes.
or something with Yavin.
ABY. Excuse me. I'm
After
stuck in the
after battle.
Yes.
Yavin.
What is that ABY? Does anybody know?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how long ago.
How many one U.S. calendar days
Yeah, there we go.
equals one?
365.
Okay, so if I did the math real quick, it was,
Carry the 1.
yes, 5
Divide by 5.
years ago,
I see.
possibly 6.
I
I'm
see.
really bad at this.
It's okay.
Math isn't my strong suit.
So that was BBY. That was 3 BBY.
Do you know BB-8?
I feel like I need to BYOB for this conversation. I don't know what you guys. But
The hell's a BB-8?
You'll probably hear about them once you... Oh, never mind. I can't say too much in the
I
future.
think it's the most delicious number, which is pi.
Yeah, 3.14.
I
don't
think
know,
so.
3 point something.
carry the a squared plus b
I think,
squared
yeah.
minus c squared over a squared plus b squared. Pythagorean theorem, right?
We used that to build the Death Star.
Ha!
Oh, goodness.
measuring
Don't ask me
closets.
any math. I had to take Algebra 2 twice.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
You took math, nerd.
You would make
I had to. I had to graduate high school.
That's not true. You just stop showing up. They just give you credit for writing your name on a sheet after a while.
Oh, goodness.
You would make a great.
Am I the only one?
Well,
So Johnny, what do you remember from that improv class we had, besides me being a terrible scene partner?
No, I think it was good. That was an interesting improv class. You know, the thing that I love about improv, and I've told a lot of people this, improv, I think, is the perfect human interaction.
Yes.
Because when you're doing improv, your job is to make your scene partner look the best and do anything that you can do to make sure that they, in the wrestling term, in the wrestling universe, we call it get over, so that people are like, wow, that person's a star. And then if that person is doing what they need to do, they're going to do the exact same thing. And so
Yeah, I like it reciprocal.
Yeah.
Always say yes and to move the story forward.
in
move
fact,
the
we
scene
have a
forward.
clip of us together,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, we'll edit in a clip.
Wow, we were great. Look at
good.
this. This is the
That was-
the scene right at the bar.
It's
Yeah.
covering up my Death Star.
Yes,
goodness.
So
I like how you did that thing at that time.
that was a good thing
That was
that I did
great.
at that time.
That's a
Yeah.
pretty good thing.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I broke all the rules of improv. So our teacher,
Bob
Wick, and I broke all the rules of improv on the first scene that we ever did, but it was probably my favorite scene ever of improv. Do you remember this? So
it's all one big blur.
we got up on stage, and you may recall in improv, you're trying to figure out who your character is. You're supposed to name your partner, right?
yep.
They name you.
The scene.
What is it that they want?
Yeah.
What is your wants and needs? Me and Bob just got up on chairs. Do you remember this? We were standing on chairs just jumping around, and the audience was severely
So
nervous.
This was a class show?
This was our class show. Yeah.
Do not remember.
No, it's all right. You did great. That was what we had the clip
Oh,
of
yeah,
us in the
yeah.
class show. Yeah. But I thought for improv wise, and I've always loved improv. I've gone on, I've done troops and sold out shows. I go back to the scene that me and Bob did where it was just we looked at each other and we just started, he would make a move, I would make a move, and then he would dance, I danced, and then he did a cartwheel, which I can't do. But I attempted it live for the first time ever, and I just fell like a whale being beached for the first time.
goodness.
Now that sounds familiar.
Yes. And then for some reason, Bob grabbed the chair, and he got up on it and started hopping on the chair. So I got on a chair, and as soon as I got on that chair, it was like, help me, right? And it wasn't improv. The chair was really like, help me. It was crazy. And the audience, I'll never forget the look on this girl in the front row was like, I'm going to die tonight if that leg breaks. The whole audience was like, oh no. Everybody stopped having fun for a minute. It was great. We didn't name each other. We had no characters. We had no wants or needs. We just went out there and did silly stuff. And to this day, of all the things I've ever done in improv, that was probably my favorite scene.
It's definitely your most memorable.
For me.
So
You're like, I don't know. I do remember you falling on the ground, but I don't remember the rest of it.
Did you take advanced 3 and 4 after that?
I didn't.
I didn't keep going either.
I maybe should show up again, but I did not.
I at that point I had enough of improv, and I
Really?
it's not that I didn't like it,
Yeah.
but so they were offering the sketch writing program,
Yes.
and they only offer that like once a year.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to do this. I don't want to wait another year. So that I learned a lot doing that. And then we did a class show.
Yeah.
It was October of 2018. I loved it. It was so much fun.
Do you remember Steve St. Orange?
Yeah.
Did you ever go? Did you know? Speaking of, do you know him?
Which Steve?
St. Orange.
Oh, I do not know that.
Oh,
He kind of
he was like, oh, no, I only know Steve St. Lemon.
Oh.
it does kind of sound like a made up guy. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met
I
at
imagine.
Go Comedy. Super nice guy.
He went off to do stage comedy, and he took the comedy class out there. You were talking about it earlier at the place in Royal Oak.
Mark Ridley's.
Yeah,
Oh.
Mark Ridley's.
Yeah.
Were you there for that?
I wasn't there, but I remember him telling me that he was going to take the stand-up show.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Or the stand-up class.
So
Yeah.
shout out to Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to find him on Facebook. I was friends with him on Facebook, then mine got hacked because I opened a message from another comedian,
Oh no.
and
You mean that wasn't really Chris Rock?
it was not Chris Rock.
Oh, that's how he gets you.
And it was not George Carlin, because I'm like, this dude's been dead for 15 years.
Why is he still sending me a message?
Yeah.
And why does he need me to send him money to overseas?
One last thing about Bob Wick. At the end of the class, he would individually tell us what we need to work on, what we do good, give us notes, whatever. He was like, Andrew, you ask entirely too many questions. Because you're really not supposed to ask questions, but that's just how I am. I'm like, I want to get this info out.
Yeah.
And I always forget to speak it as a command rather, and I always ask questions. But now I have my own interview talk show, so
about
that fits me better, right?
Would you like that?
Yeah.
I remember in
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
I think I was in the 7th grade, the first time I ever got kicked out of class because they said I talked too much. And it's funny because of all the things that I do. So, between coaching realtors, having a podcast, doing there's a ton of things. I've always considered myself a professional conversationalist. And I had a radio show for the longest time. So I really thought it's really funny that what you get in trouble for, sometimes it's the thing that you should be doing. Except for you, Davey. You lit the side of the classroom on fire.
Davey?
You should not be doing that.
You're on notice,
Never mind.
Davey.
Don't
No,
do
Davey.
that, no.
That one?
You're that one.
Davey? No.
Yeah.
That was just you.
You got to be
Mr.
careful
Davey
with fire.
sounds like a Skywalker sort of character.
All right,
Yeah.
folks, we're going to take just a quick break, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
That's just how it go, baby. That's just... Citizens of the galaxy, this election season is more important than ever. You will be electing a new emperor for the galaxy to rule over this empire that I have built from the ground and ashes of betrayal in the Republic. This is the most important election there will ever be. The threat of the Rebel Alliance, Luke Skywalker and his ragtag team of scrappy anti-heroes they think are so just. They aren't. Remember, only the Empire can keep you safe. Only the Empire can keep you sound asleep at night in your homes while we fight off this terroristic rebellion. And remember, only Palpatine can save you. This election season, vote Palpatine for Emperor. Remember, you don't have a choice.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to episode 13 of the Andrew Walker Show. Thank you for staying through the break. And we're going to get back to Mr. Picklefeather. So you did a YouTube video, a kid's review of my favorite film of last year, The Substance.
Yes, I did.
Now, that movie, there's quite a few different types of spicy things.
It's quite spicy.
So how do you explain that a naked Margaret Qualley climbs out of the back of Demi Moore's back, like a slit in her back? How do you explain that part to the
Well, I said that it created a special friend for Elizabeth Sparkles. I kind of omitted her coming out of the back, because I don't know if children could handle that. But
Gremlins did it.
I watched that for the first time a couple months ago, and I said, how come I didn't watch this earlier in life? It's so good. I love it.
it's a fun movie. I'll probably do a review of that one as well at some point. But for substance, I just said, Elizabeth made a special friend to kind of help her out because she was getting a little older, and Hollywood can be a lot not so nice when you're, getting on in age. So she created a special friend to kind of take her place for
7 days at a time.
Yeah, exactly. But then they had a falling out. They argued so much that I think Elizabeth got tired and she fell asleep near the end. But then Sue realized, well, she needed Elizabeth's friendship because that kept her healthy. Friendships do add a lot to your life. I think people neglect that.
That's right. Tom, who is your best friend?
My best friend?
Yeah.
Well, it has to be my buddy Ted, even though he plays tricks on me. He's always teasing.
He's a trickster?
He is a trickster, But, I mean, if he hadn't tricked me, I wouldn't be watching these wonderful films that I get to turn into more kid-friendly experiences.
Cool. I saw you also reviewed RoboCop. Now, how would you describe the ultra-violent scenes to the kids? Or, especially when that robot comes and kills everybody in the boardroom?
Well, I just replied, they just really loved paintball, and they used a lot of red paint.
Just red paint?
Just red paint.
Wow.
And, and it's just, they made everybody messy. So when Murphy became the robot, I just said that his clothes were just made stain-resistant, so he wouldn't get messy.
All right.
And then it helped him stand up to bullies,
I should use that trick when somebody asks about the legality of Lord Vader.
Yeah. So Emperor Palpatine, do your stormtroopers, do they train with paintballs so they don't destroy too many things?
We like to train with blaster in hand, really going at it.
Full deadly
Not
lasers?
deadly. We try to train our stormtroopers to be peacekeepers, not so much bloodthirsty warriors. But we use a blaster-resistant targeting stand, and it really lets them, shoot as much as they want, really hone their skills without damaging the targets, really. It's very fancy.
They aim to please.
If they can aim at all.
No.
Johnny, I gotta ask, have you ever taken lessons to play?
No, this
the
is
sax?
for real. I have no idea how to play this instrument.
Is it one of your sons?
No. No, it's no.
Where'd you get it from?
I bought it.
Oh.
Yep.
Just for fun?
Yeah. I thought this is the first time I've ever played this. I figured this has been sitting. Actually, it's funny. This is true. I don't know. You guys watched me unwrap this on the show. The wrapping is right there.
For the first time.
For the first time. This has never been opened. I've never played it
wonderful.
before. I just thought it'd be fun. You said there was going to be music guests. And so I thought, well, we're going. And this isn't that hard. You want to try it? It's really easy. You do both of this thing. Whoa!
Oh, my
Whoa!
It
That almost sounded like an Imperial tune.
It
Wait,
kind
let's see if I can
of
play that.
sounded like the beginning of the Three Little Pigs.
What is the you guys have a
Imperial March.
yeah, what is that
Da 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 da
right.
da 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 da.
well, let's see if I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh
Perfect.
man.
Yay.
Dude, listen. Instruments, I don't know, where am I at? There I am. Instruments are easy. It's just like that. You don't actually have to put any practice into it. Over there, instruments are easy. It's just all you have to do is just be determined, and you too can play anything that you want. Right? You should do a kids show about that.
I should.
I'm in a similar boat.
You want to try this? This is
no.
actually really. Does anybody want to try? You camera people, you guys want to try this? This is really fun. You seriously? You should.
Not at the moment.
No, you want to?
I'll give it a
Do you know how
try.
to play?
Not at all.
It's
They
really-
don't teach this on Naboo.
Yeah.
Only on Naboo.
This is the. Yeah,
I wasn't permitted to deal with sax or violins.
Yeah.
Ted, did you say sax?
Oh, Ted's not here.
Tom, did you say? Did you say
That's great.
sax and violins or sex and violence?
Oh, both. I
Both
said
just
sax
happened.
and violins.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wanted to make sure I heard that
But
correctly.
I wasn't allowed to watch the other two either. So. Yeah.
So what was the first like Spice Girls movie that you watched? Because you keep talking about
Oh,
that.
the first Spice Girls movie.
Yeah.
I think there's only one.
I think there was only the one.
Spice World.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
was
was fun.
Oh, I can do that one. Yeah, that's it. Nailed it.
That was a very talented
Breath
group of
mints.
ladies. But
Yeah.
the first Spice film that I was introduced to was Die Hard.
I also recently watched that for the first time.
Wow.
Just a
Oh,
couple
goodness.
months ago.
Really?
I'm a huge movie buff, but there are hundreds of like super famous movies that I just haven't watched. And twice a month I do a movie podcast with Joe, the studio manager here, and two other guys.
That's wonderful.
Every single episode they mention a movie that I haven't seen. And I'll
my
say,
goodness.
oh, it's that time of the show, folks. The segment of Andrew hasn't seen this. And they pound me, and they pound me. And they pound me, and make fun of me. And I just kind of sink in my chair, saying, oh, poor widow me.
Do your other people watch this show? I just like how like we all know like it's like you're like I do the show with Joe. Amazing. There's the other two guys. I don't know. They just
Don't worry, that's how I treat everybody.
Nick Amati is always on there, and then sometimes George Johnson III, and then sometimes a guy that your friend Ted knows, Robert Butler, who's
Oh,
a
yeah,
who's a
he's a great
filmmaker.
guy. No.
He's on there too. But yeah, so I'm just to tell you guys, I'm an assistant director on Robert Butler's current feature film. It's called Phantom Moon, and it is so much fun. Can't wait to finish it.
Oh, yeah.
Put it out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm excited to see it.
And then you can rewrite it for kids.
Indeed, I could.
Yes.
There we go.
I want to see the YouTube video of you talking about Phantom Moon because there's some prostitutes.
Oh,
There's a John. There's
you
a pimp.
mean temporary friends?
Temporary. Yeah.
Yeah.
The best.
A lady gets buried alive.
Oh,
She gets brought back to life. Then she gets her head cut off.
oh goodness.
And then, but before that, she stabs an Alex Jones type far right podcaster. I mean, all sorts of crazy stuff happens in this movie.
All right,
but
well, I'll have some work
yes,
to do, but
you'll have it cut out for you.
Have you done Terrifier yet?
I have not. I've heard things.
Have you never seen it?
I have not.
It is not. I've seen the first two. I haven't seen the third one.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to hear how you do Terrifier.
All right. Well, I'll put it on the list. I haven't had a chance to film them yet, but I just got done with Deadpool and Wolverine,
Yes.
Okay.
Uncut Gems,
Yes.
and Silence of the Lambs.
Wow.
I just learned Deadpool's not a children's movie. I
When,
Yeah.
when I saw the first one, that was what 2015 or whatever. The people in front of me brought their 5-year-old son
Oh, yeah.
Oh goodness.
to this, and I'm like, you guys have no idea what you're taking into.
Did they stay the whole time?
They didn't care. They had no
yeah.
actual parent skills. No. Oh yeah, they stayed the whole time.
You know, you should cover the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Oh, all right.
Make it very publicly known. It's a story that I believe everybody should know, really.
Is that on Amazon or Netflix or?
Probably Disney Plus.
Oh,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You have Disney Plus on
Yeah,
Earth.
absolutely.
All right.
Disney Plus, yes.
I'll look into it.
It's a very, very tragic tale. He's like the
Are you gonna?
face of Julius Caesar.
Are you gonna? Yeah, I was gonna say, are you gonna tell our audience how he died? Because I mean, a lot of people know that you were actually the one who killed him.
Hey, listen. Allegedly did it. Okay.
Oh, is this a Clinton type of thing?
No, who's Clinton? He hasn't been to space. He was allegedly, and they had nothing to relate it back to me, and I didn't even do the whole unlimited power thing. I mean, if I did do it, I'd have just Saber, kill him in his sleep. But I didn't do it. You see, they see me as the big bad emperor, and they want to throw whatever they can at me to take me down. This Plagueis thing, it'll pass. It passed once. It'll pass twice. It's like a kidney stone, Andrew.
Sounds like they're trying to force a narrative on you.
They really are. They'll do anything to see me
Folks,
taken out of
we
emperor.
do puns on the show also.
There's nothing worse
Fun.
than passing the same kidney stone again.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes
Been through a lot of
people, once they dry it off, they get it out of the toilet, and they're like, I want to see what this tastes like. They accidentally swallow it, and they got to pass it again, right?
That's what I'm.
I've not.
right?
I'm
Partake-
doubling down. You
partake
make a
of that
great
myself.
imperial technician.
Our camera ladies out there are disgusted at our
Sorry.
I wanted to ask you about the documentary called Revenge of the Sith. Now, there was a part in there where you attack Mace Windu.
Oh, well, I'll stop you right there. He attacked me.
He did draw his lightsaber, I think, first. And you shot him with your electricity.
You know, the whole
He blew out the window.
unlimited power.
Yeah. And then that's when you went from like kind of a normal looking dude to how you look now.
Gee, thanks for putting that one lightly. Yeah, that was a rough day. The Jedi, they tried to take over the Senate. We had to
Order 66. in which
Order
you
66. Yes,
destroyed
that.
all
How
the-
do you know about that?
It's in the documentary.
It is.
Revenge
Yes.
of the Sith.
Oh, how could I forget?
Anakin kills a bunch of 5-year-olds.
No,
Yes,
okay.
they showed it on the screen.
They played that up in the documentary.
Oh, dear.
They falsify
Is that a
things
little
for
too spicy?
documentaries all the time.
A little bit.
Don't worry, he didn't actually kill all those 5-year-olds. They had to make it up. They wanted to make him seem so evil. So when he died, they made it such a good thing that
Wow.
Kenobi.
He just put them
Man.
to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Put
was
him down
never
for a
in
nap.
room.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
All right. So this segment of the show, we're going to play a game called Would You Rather.
Oh, fun.
I'm going to ask you guys individually, of course, two different things. You have to pick which one you'd rather have, and you have to justify your answer. So let's start with Mr. Picklefeather. Would you rather forget who you were or forget who everyone you know is?
Oh, goodness. Well, I have so many friends that I treasure, so I'd probably forget me, and hopefully they'd help me remind me who I am.
That's right. It doesn't say that they can't do that, so that's probably...
There.
I don't really like that question. I'm going to give you another
Can I
one.
ask a different version of that?
Yeah.
Would you rather be Drew Barrymore or Adam Sandler?
Oh, goodness.
Same question, just a different way.
And it has to take place within 50 first dates.
Oh,
The world of 50 first dates.
Well, I like helping. I'd probably be Adam Sandler because he does help her to remember, and I love helping people. So I think
And then you could go on to do Uncut Gems.
I could. Which that review's coming shortly.
like a kyber crystal uncut gems, sort of like a kyber crystal.
Yeah.
The funny thing was, I heard it called once Uncut Jams, so I thought it was a movie about preserves or something.
Yeah, Smuckers.
And I was thinking, it's like, well, if you don't cut the jam, then isn't that just fruit in a jar?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have to cut it to make it jam.
I've seen Uncut Gems once.
Oh,
It was the boring parts that Michael Jordan wanted taken out of the movie.
Oh.
Man.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, Space Jam.
Oh,
There
you
we go.
This is the uncut version.
That was one of the
That was
questions on Jeopardy. Was it last night or 2
Oh
nights
my
ago?
goodness.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, can you do the Jeopardy theme? on
Yeah,
there?
sure can.
Please.
They all kind of sound the same. I just realized.
Do, 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 do,
Anybody can do it, guys.
Yeah,
If you believe it.
It's a beautiful thing.
Aha, can dream it. We can't sing that on stuff anymore, can we? Doesn't that suck? Like all your R. Kelly stuff and P. Diddy stuff, you can't just break it out anymore in public.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Oh, the people still break the Michael Jackson out.
Who is P. Diddy?
Well,
How much time you got?
How would you handle that one?
Not a lot. They need me back on Coruscant in 15.
I hear he's a good musician. I haven't heard much else. Am I missing something?
You and me both, pal.
Oh.
Yeah. So this one's for Johnny. Would you rather be Godzilla or be King Kong?
Wow. So it's funny because in Japan they already yell, "Oh, Godzilla!" as I come down the road. You know, I think that's hard. Godzilla because of the water, probably. King Kong, too much core exercise you'd have to do to be that. Climbing towers, not necessarily the easiest.
That's right. He's a big climber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Godzilla. I like the water. Japan's cool.
Have you seen the last? I don't know if it was the last Godzilla, but it's called. What was? It was like really well made for only like $15 million, and it won the Oscar for the special effects.
Oh, we watched this one on the Death Star. It was
forgot what it's called.
-1.
-1.
-1.
I heard it was really good, but I haven't got a chance to see it. There's a lot of those.
We enjoyed it.
Ones
It was
up
really the laser that did it for us over there.
Fun fact, I've only ever seen the Godzilla that had P. Diddy doing the music for it.
Oh, goodness.
So, So, the song's called "Come with Me."
Oh, no way!
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey,
What foresight. Can you believe that?
So, when I was in ninth grade, I had the CD.
Yeah.
It had a really cool Foo Fighters song on it that was not on anything else. So that song, "Come with Me."
Yeah.
Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine plays the bass on that. He doesn't play his signature guitar.
Yeah.
And do you know what song the music is like ripped from? It's
No.
a Led Zeppelin song called Kashmir.
Oh.
Is it Kashmir? Yeah, it's Kashmir.
Yeah. All
Anyway.
right.
Those are comfortable
Great
sweaters.
song.
Yeah.
That's what my robe is made out of.
Oh, nice.
Very
That's
nice.
actually what this is made out of. Feel that.
Very similar to my robe.
Yeah.
All right. This is for Emperor Palpatine. Would you rather sound like Kermit or sound like Miss Piggy?
Oh, so, Mr. Walker, I don't know if you've seen it, but there are many funny videos of me being dubbed by fictional characters online.
I think I might have seen a couple.
They did do a Kermit, and I'll see if I can do it now. Ahoy! I am the Senate. That's just more of a goofy. But I would rather be Kermit.
You got to use your head voice more. Make it a little like higher pitched. Do it.
Somebody describe to me what Kermit sounds like. Can you do a Kermit?
No, I can't do it.
You move your mouth. I'll do the current. What are you going to say?
I am the Senate.
All right, you do it. You ready? I am the Senate. Yay!
Yay!
Power!
All right. Now, say the same thing, but you do Miss Piggy.
Sure. Hang on. Miss Piggy. Kermit the Frog here. Miss Piggy is, okay, ready? Wait, what are we doing? I am the Senate?
I am the Senate.
I am the Senate!
Oh, my goodness.
I like.
So much fun.
I would rather be Kermit. He's a very wise frog, and I would love him to be my
That's a fun
second in command if he was real. That'd be amazing.
So, Tom Picklefeather,
Yes, sir.
would you rather have a lover who only speaks on Mondays or have a lover who only speaks in Pig Latin? Do you have a significant other at the
I do
time?
not at this time. I'm just still waiting for that special someone. But a lover that only talks on Mondays or a lover that only speaks Pig Latin. You know, I'd probably prefer Mondays just because I don't speak Pig Latin myself.
You could learn, right?
I probably could.
But it's not like a really useful thing to do.
No.
Let's have Miss Piggy speak Pig Latin, saying "I am the Senate" backwards, or "I am the Senate" in Pig Latin. 3, 2, 1, go.
I say, Senate, am they, the they.
Yay!
I guess that's the question that you didn't ask. How sexy does Pig Latin sound? Like if it was Miss Piggy, you probably wouldn't want to do that.
Well, what about Kermit?
If it was, what if? Would you want your wife to sound like Kermit?
Oh goodness.
Or Miss Piggy?
You know what? As long as she loves me, I don't really care what she sounds like. You know.
There it is.
You know.
What if she looked like Kermit?
What if she was Kermit?
Oh goodness. Well, I mean, Kermit, he's a handsome frog.
Yeah.
So, you know, I wouldn't hate it. You know.
Yeah, there you go.
I accept everybody. So.
Clip that and put that out there on cupidwish.com.
Okay.
We're going to use that as advertisement for the second Death Star.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, that's wonderful. You know.
Thank you.
All right, Johnny Awesome. Who is your favorite musical artist, like band or singer?
Wow, that's a really good one. That's a question I wasn't prepared for. Because I love music so much.
Besides P. Diddy, who's your favorite?
Yeah. You know, I can't think of a single artist that's my favorite, but I can tell you a genre that's really unique. And the artist would, I can't even think of their name just because, King Glade. King Glade would probably be the artist. Do you know King Glade?
No, I think it's a cool name.
You know what I love about you? Every time I say something, you like agree, like it's like you're like, my man, I know them too. Like
no.
I always feel like I have this rapport.
No, you say a lot of interesting names, and I was like, oh, that's a very interesting name.
I'm all like, I remember one time I was on a walk with my mom. You're like, oh, I remember. Yeah.
Well, you got a mom. That's wonderful.
You remind me of Thrawn.
Thrawn?
We don't. I shouldn't have said that.
We
don't have to get into that.
He has a small part in the Ahsoka documentary series.
She's alive?
Yes.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Rex, you had one job.
I want to know what Kermit the Frog. I'm going to be Kermit the Frog, and you in your voice do a line from Kermit the Frog. We should have reversed this.
Okay.
So I'm going to go, hey everybody, it's the Muppet Show. Yay! You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hey everybody, it's the Muppet Show. Yay!
Yay! Excellent.
What fun.
I ask you that about favorite musician because, Johnny, would you rather listen to everything but your favorite musician or listen to only your favorite musician?
Oh, that's easy. I'd listen to everything but my favorite musician. I just like music too much.
Right, you would get bored.
Wonderful.
No matter how cool or great the musician is or the band, it's like, you got to have a variety of stuff to listen to.
I'll tell you something crazy, by the way. Free plug for this company. But I've been on Suno. Has anybody done Suno yet?
It's the AI music song generator. I've done it a couple times and typed in funny lyrics to prank some coworkers.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm big into AI, and I've been doing AI engineering for like 5 years. Oh. And so when Suno first came out, I got into it and started playing in there. And I bet you anything, within the next 5 years, we will no longer listen to our favorite artists. Suno, you'll just type in what kind of music you want to hear, and it will make lyrics that you like, sounds that you like, songs that you like, and it will play new renditions live on the spot for you. It's already there.
Yeah.
Suno Radio is already there. It's an app that you can download. It's already there.
And
So
you if your favorite band is Iggy or musician Iggy Pop in the Stooges, you could say, hey, give me a 2.5 minute long punk song in the style of Iggy and the Stooges.
Yeah.
And it'll give it to you.
add in a saxophone, and
Yep.
it will. It for real will.
I've
then
experimented with that.
Then you can click the create station, and it will literally just keep creating songs like that. It's amazing.
That sounds wonderful.
Johnny, I got to ask you, is that our current president on your shirt?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
a silhouette?
Yeah.
Give me the background of that shirt.
The president?
No, not the president.
No.
The shirt. Why you have it? How you got it?
Why? I'm a huge Trump fan.
Did you?
I have been since Celebrity Apprentice. Actually, the first time I saw him and I thought he was great, before everybody hated him, was when he was on WWE.
I've seen that video.
I thought he was a great wrestler. Love the Celebrity Apprentice. I'm a big business guy. I'm also a real estate agent. So it's really cool to know that our president is also a real estate agent. Celebrity Apprentice should absolutely come back. I think that Macaulay Culkin should host it. That is my opinion. If you haven't seen what he's been doing lately, it's amazing.
Oh wow, I loved him.
I
in Home
saw
Alone.
he was in one episode of Righteous Gemstones. Like
Amazing show, by the way.
yeah, extremely.
One of
funny.
Dan Goodman's the best
John
things he's ever
Goodman.
done. John Goodman, yes. Yes, John Goodman, thank you.
Dan was his name in
Roseanne.
Roseanne.
Yeah. That's how good he is. I don't even know his real name.
He just embodies the character. He just disappears into him. And
All right, we're almost done with this. I'm just ask you one last thing, Emperor Palpatine. Would you rather have no eyebrows, which I see your eyebrows got burnt off when you fought with Mace Windu, or have a unibrow?
Well, Mr. Walker, if the cameras could do a close-up on me, please. You can see under the hood. Nobody really sees what I've got going on down here.
Look.
Wow.
oh,
Unibrow, no eyebrows. I think if I could have eyebrows, I'd take them, but not in the form of a unibrow. So I think I'll stay with no eyebrows.
Better to have none than one.
yeah.
Yes. Well, no. Sometimes that doesn't always apply, like Death Stars. I'd rather have one.
Right, I was just
as a precautionary measure.
specifically talking about unibrows and yeah, we'll just leave
Kidney
it at that.
stones.
Yeah, kidney stones.
Yes. No, that's better to have none than one.
Yeah.
That's what we said already. Yes.
Can I ask a follow-up question? Would you rather have none significant others, or the only people attracted to you have unibrows?
Well,
And they sound like Miss Piggy.
in order for...
Let's put them all together in one giant
Oh,
would you rather
goodness.
question.
You know, I've got a bit of a contingency plan.
Okay.
Going. This is off the record, right? This won't air.
I could cut it out in editing if you want.
Yes. Well, you know, I've got a bit of a contingency plan. Should the second Death Star just sort of go, pew, and I happen to fall down a reactor shaft and kind of go, ah!
Oddly specific.
And Vader's like, oh, and then he dies.
Wish I would have
God, I hope Vader dies.
Johnny hasn't seen
I've
these.
never seen those documentaries. I
well.
what's happening right
Well, you
now.
see, I there's a contingency where
Yeah.
I had a wife, and that
okay.
wife had
A
a
unibrow?
child. You know,
That's right,
if
because
I had to do it,
your granddaughter.
there will be a granddaughter. I've already
will-
foreseen
there will
it. I
be a
have
granddaughter.
orchestrated this
Oh, wow.
to
Do you know
perfection.
who his granddaughter is? Did you
I
see
think
what was
Is-
Rise of Skywalker?
They should have named it Rise of Palpatine.
I have actually. It was an interesting film.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Was it good? Not at all.
Oh,
They really
someone.
did me dirty in that one. You know, just looking into the future, they did me dirty. They're pulling from fiction. It hasn't even happened yet.
That's true. So,
I'd win.
So we're getting ready to wrap this up. Emperor, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Yes, you know,
Websites or
as always, please support the Empire. We need your support. Yes, you on the other side of that camera, more than ever. Skywalker is on the loose. The second Death Star is almost complete. Please lend us your support. We need you to win this war.
and tell them to stay away from the forest moon of Endor because
Yes, you
that's
may.
where the shield generates.
You might want to steer clear of the forest moon of Endor. And a couple other places which I shouldn't say.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Scarif.
Johnny Awesome. I forgot how exactly did you change your name? Did you go to Ellis Island in New York like an immigrant and say, "Hey, I want to change it from Brines to Awesome"?
Yeah, no, actually, it's super scary and easy to change your name. It's a long and tragic story that we'll save for another time.
Okay.
But I can tell you there's only 3 instances, and they're all very sad, that you can get a free name change. I always wanted to change my name, but it cost $6,000 because it was a novelty
goodness.
name. There's 3 ways around that, and they all suck, and they're all a lot more expensive.
You have to fake your own death.
You have to either die, be born, or go through a really, really, really bad divorce. Yep. So as you can see, I am dead. That's the route I chose.
wow.
Yeah.
You look good for
That's
someone
what
who's
happened
dead.
to
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. You decay slow when you eat as much McDonald's as I've had.
There's a lot of preservatives.
There is.
Yeah.
You should try back to tanks.
What's that?
Bacta tanks.
Yeah, you immerse yourself in this water and it heals you.
And it's how I look so young after all this time.
I think like only certain spas offer it. I think.
Yeah.
I'm a
You have to go
electrician guy.
off planet.
Oh, gotcha.
I hear they have great. No, you have Polynesia here. Yeah, Polynesia.
The
hookers?
the
I'm sorry, the friends?
temporary friends.
Temporary friend.
Or the islands.
The islands.
in
Yes.
the Pacific.
Yes.
Hang on, one more question. How do you soup up tramp stamp?
Tramp stamp.
Yeah.
I just call it body art.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
They have great Bacta in Polynesia.
Oh.
So Johnny, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah.
No, you mentioned you have a podcast.
Yeah.
Plug away, buddy.
Yeah, socials over there. Perfect. Socials at the Johnny Awesome. That's Johnny with an HNNY, AWESOME. That's where you can find me on. Openhouse.fm. That is my podcast. And anybody is welcome to come on. Open House the podcast. We'd love to have you. And we might even start doing it in this studio because this is amazing.
Wonderful.
I'll be on it if you need me.
Oh, yeah. We're like Thursday. Like, how soon can you come?
You said you record in Troy?
Yeah?
Hey,
You want to come?
I work in Troy, so
Do
hey.
you really? What are you doing tomorrow?
Small world.
I'm recording a podcast here tomorrow, but Thursday I'm not doing anything.
Thursday, yeah, from 11 to 1?
I'm working, buddy.
All right, well, exactly. All right. Well,
No, well,
If I can bring the Death Star, I'll come.
you guys can all come. We'd have a party. It's a good time.
Wonderful.
no, well, I'll be on it. I'll be on it sometime. Mr. Picklefeather, now to you. Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Oh, well, yes. My friend Ted helps host a filmmaker mixer. This camera? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My friend Ted hosts a filmmaker mixer called for Royal Star, and it's the Royal Star excuse me, a little tongue-tied. Filmmaker mixer. We host it at Eastern Palace Club in Hazel Park. It's from 7 to 10 p.m. They won't kick you out after 10 p.m., but they'll strongly imply that you should leave.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Exactly.
Like every bar tells me.
Indeed.
I mean, people.
Oh, yeah.
After party on the Death Star.
Also, here's a fun opportunity if you want to be an extra in a film. In Flint, my friend Jesse Jensen is looking for extras, and as a fun little treat, she has some comedians coming to perform for you if you're an extra in this film.
How extra? Because I'm like 6X.
Well, then you'll enjoy it 6 times as much.
I saw the post on that on Facebook, and I
Yes.
saw the dude who won the aforementioned comedy show, Noah Chap.
Yes.
He's going to be there performing some stand-up.
My friend tells me he is a comedic genius, so it's worth going.
Have you heard his "We didn't start the fire" joke?
I did. It's
It was so fast,
fantastic. Oh my goodness.
and it was so funny. I want to have him on this show before, simply just to tell that joke because it's absurd. I love it.
Well, I'll see if Ted will talk to him.
All right. Thank you for my guests. Once again, we have Emperor Palpatine, Johnny Awesome.
It's actually pretty. I'm really impressed.
that sounds
I'm
like-
not joking. I'm pretty impressed.
That sounds like Isn't It Ironic by Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
And Mr. Tom Picklefeather, thank you
Yeah.
folks for being on the show. And once again, thank you everybody at home for watching. Once again, this is the Andrew Walker Show, episode 13. I've been your host, Andrew Walker, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out. All right.
Cloudy.
J'adore Zaza, exotic fragrance, red crystal stainless. Yeah, my jeans they can't rip. Take that blunt face shit. I'm so close to famous, but I couldn't care less. I'm just here for payment. Fuck your conversation. Hey, fuck you talking about? I'll be on that money route. If you ain't, then just cut it out. Counting a whole like 30 rounds, splashing stuff and curried out. Turn an ounce into a pound. I blew up off of word of mouth. Turns up, I can't turn it down. Hey, tell her turn around. What is bonds you know bound? Life's a movie paramount. Cut so purple buried out. Rockin' purple denim now. She's so cute and I ain't her blouse. I get head, then I'm heading out. The door is Zaza, exotic fragrance, but it's pistol stainless. Yeah, my jeans they can't rip. Take that blunt face it. I'm so close to famous, but I couldn't.
Should I play us out?
Yeah.
Well, I actually don't know how to play this. Oh. I really don't. Well, that's the same note over and over, no matter what button you press. That's impressive.